Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends. Welcome back to the latest transfer episode of Football Gupshup. We'll be discussing about lots of transfer news. Guys, I would want you to please subscribe to the channel, press that like button as well, and we'll be starting today's session. We do know that yesterday was quite eventful, and we do know that so many news were reported, so many teams they were into transfers, and I want to start straight away with lots of news. And guys, if you could please subscribe, press that like button if you want to give your suggestions in the comment section, or you can put in the chat as well. So let me start today with the first and foremost news. What we're going to do is we're going to be starting with Barcelona, because Barcelona are really doing lots of business, as we do know that they signed Rafinha. They also signed Ousmane Dembele on a 2-year new contract. We do know that Barcelona are looking at some other deals such as Azpilicueta as well as Alonso. But the biggest one is for today. Robert Lewandowski to Barcelona is done. Bayern Munich has told Barcelona that they have accepted the final proposal. Agreement finally in place between all parties. Lewandowski asked Bayern to leave, so he'll be leaving and he'll be joining Barcelona during the weekend. So that's a big news for Barcelona fans. You're finally getting your main man Lewandowski, and this time around Barcelona are going to have a real big threat in terms of attacking wise. You got the likes of Aubameyang, you've got Memphis Depay, you're going to get Lewandowski, you will have Ferran Torres. It wasn't expected of Barcelona for them to be under this kind of financial constraint and come up with names such as these. We do know that Barcelona have the likes of Gavi, they have Pedri, remember they have Ansu Fati as well. So they've got so many options now in the attacking terms. Ousmane Dembele, Rafinha. I think Barcelona are really trying to get where they were, and I think Real Madrid will really have to focus on that. I think Barcelona are going to challenge this time around. So let's see how that one goes. Now, in regards to Alonso as well as Azpilicueta, we do know that it has to do with Chelsea, because Chelsea, remember, they themselves are in the transfer market. They have to work with this defense of their own, because Rudiger, Christensen, they themselves left the club. Christensen joined Barcelona, whereas Rudiger has joined Real Madrid. Now for Chelsea, the most important thing is to focus on what players can they get. Now they've signed Koulibaly. They are looking at other defenders. We do know that Nathan Ake was edging closer, but due to the high valuation set by Manchester City, Chelsea weren't able to get him. Now the focus over here is that if Chelsea can see into other areas, they were linked with Kimpembe. Now PSG, I'm sure that they would want to get as much as they can. They do know that Chelsea are desperate. They need a top defender, and for that they will not sell for cheap. They will not sell for less. So that is why they have given a high valuation of Kimpembe, knowing that Nathan Ake is not joining Chelsea. Now Chelsea are going to be much more desperate. So that means Chelsea might have to look into other areas. We will be looking at what other defenders can they sign. I think Guardiola might be one of those, and it could be one of those potentially one of those moves which Thomas Tuchel will have to look with great exception. And then there is another issue with regards to Chelsea, what they want to do in terms of expenditure, because if they aren't able to sell any of their stars, then how will they raise the cash? Because if you are buying defenders for 60 million pounds, and imagine you spend up 150 to 180 million, how are you gonna go for other targets? Remember, they need an attacker, remember they need a midfielder. So when you want those kind of positions as well, how are you gonna do it if you do not have enough money? For that, they will have to raise some cash, they will have to sell some of the players, and we will see how do Chelsea do it. So far, I think they will speak to PSG regarding Kimpembe. It has been reported that the talks are still ongoing. They want to make sure that they do get Kimpembe. They want to get the right player with the right profile, and Thomas Tuchel is going to be very much focusing on to that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at Barcelona, the players that they want to sell, because they have announced their pre-season tour and they have left some names out, and I'm going to say the names which have been left out. It's Martin Braithwaite, he's been kept out. Oscar Mingueza, Samuel Umtiti, Ricky Pig, Neto. So Barcelona want them to leave as soon as possible. So any club who is hunting for players such as these will have to go for these kind of players if they really want to buy them, and Barcelona are trying to raise some of the cash as well. Now, regarding Frankie Dion, remember they want to sell him as a main asset. They want to raise some serious cash. Frankie Dion is included in the squad of Barcelona's pre-season tour in United States. Still no changes regarding the transfer move to Manchester United. No agreement on player side with Manchester United. No intention to leave as things stand. The clubs have agreed 75 million euros with 10 million euros in add-ons. So no stance change from Frankie Dion in regards to moving away from Barcelona. And I'll be coming back to Manchester United a little bit later, but the key over here is that Barcelona need to raise some cash. Remember, they want to do this Lewandowski deal. They also want to do, the most important one is Jules Koundé, and I think they will have to raise some cash. There will be some sort of an agreement regarding those deferred payments to Frankie Dion. If it doesn't comes to happen, then Barcelona are going to find themselves in a real pickle. So let's see how that one goes. Now, in other news, we're going to speak about Bayern Munich. Julian Nagelsmann and the whole Bayern team, they gave farewell to Robert Lewandowski during the final training session today, and contracts are now being checked in order to complete the deal. Now that means he will travel on Sunday as expected to complete his deal. We're gonna also speak about, most importantly, it's De Ligt from Juventus. Now Bayern Munich are already planning for the next transfer move after selling Lewandowski. The new official bid which Juve want is 90 million euros, 200 million euros. So we will have to wait and see what do Bayern Munich do with this. Will they go in with a low offer, or will they go in straight away with an offer of 70 million euros? Now, Bayern Munich are also looking at other targets in the midfield, such as Lehmer from RB Leipzig. They are really interested in the player. They really want him. And in another news of Bayern Munich, Gnabry has signed the extension, and the contract is going to be until 2026. So that's pretty good news for Bayern Munich fans. And now what we're going to do is we're going to leave Bayern Munich. We're going to leave Barcelona, and we're going to come towards domestic, which is Chelsea. And we're going to speak about Chelsea. We have told about Kimpembe, but in another news is regarding an outgoing. Chelsea manager Tuchel has said that Broja is his player, is Chelsea player. They do know that they have lots of interest in the player. Now they have no interest in selling him. Maybe they're just trying to little bit raise the price. Now Tuchel has said he's here to make an impression. Now West Ham United, they have made a bid of 35 million euros for Broja, but it's up to Chelsea now. What do they do with that deal? Will they reject it, or will they keep him, or would they want West Ham United to give a little bit more? We will see and how that one goes, but so far nothing new has been reported from the West Ham United side. Same as goes for Lingard. Nothing has been reported from Lingard's side. I think most probably we'll get to know around next week what happens with West Ham United regarding their transfer targets, and most probably they will try to complete some of the deals. Now in regards to Arsenal, we're coming back to Arsenal. Arsenal are in serious talks with Manchester City regarding Zinchenko. The fee is going to be around 30 million pounds. The personal terms are being discussed. The salary and the length of contract are the main concern of those discussions. So once that is sorted, we will see Zinchenko playing for Arsenal. Remember, Tierney, who is always injured, is not getting a certain kind of confidence from Mikel Arteta, because Mikel Arteta doesn't want to go into the new season knowing that the player is always injured and plays half of the games which are available, and he would want a strong contender such as Zinchenko to at least be a promising starter every single game throughout the whole season. So that is why Arsenal are going in big for a left back such as Zinchenko. Mikel Arteta knows him from the days of Manchester City. So we will see Zinchenko joining up Arsenal, joining the likes of Gabriel Jesus, joining the likes of Vieira. And that means Arsenal are still working hard to get as many good quality players they can for the new season to back up Mikel Arteta, so that they could challenge for the top 4 position, and who knows, maybe going further in the Europa League as well. Now we are also going to talk about other transfers regarding Manchester City. City are being linked to Cucurella. They know that they want the player. Now they do know that if in case Nathan Ake went away to Chelsea, they would have raised some cash and they would have bid for Cucurella. Now I think they're going to wait for Zinchenko to be sold to Arsenal. Once that is done, then they will make a bid for Cucurella to Brighton. and they will try to see if they can get a replacement for sure. If Zinchenko goes to Arsenal, for sure they're going to go and get Cucurella. Now, in regards to other positions for Manchester City, so far Pep Guardiola has been kept quiet. He has got Calvin Phillips in the midfield. He has got Erling Haaland as well as Alvarez playing up front. So it seems that City are being kept quiet in all other areas. But I wouldn't be surprised, because if Nathan Ake is going to stay, what happens with that Guardiola deal? Maybe Guardiola is going to be a target for Chelsea now because they've got Nathan Ake. So let's see how that one goes so far. Now, we are also going to discuss about Leeds United. Remember, Leeds United were interested in Pepe of Arsenal. Now, in other news, it has been reported that Sevilla are also interested in Pepe. They are looking at Pepe as a very important addition because they know that they can get him for low price. Remember, Pepe was bought for 72 million. I think it was euros at that time, and it was quite a high fee. But Pepe hasn't been able to make his mark. Now, it has been reported that Leeds United would want to get him for 25 million pounds. Sevilla see this as attainable. They want to get Pepe as well. They want to come into this transfer race. So they will try their pretty best to try to get Nicolas Pepe from Arsenal. They're going to try to bid in for a low bid, and then they will see where does it go. But so far, Leeds United are pretty much sure that they want to go and get this player. They have got the money with them. Now, we will see what will happen if Arsenal are able to raise some of the cash via sales. Is going to help them in terms of their own transfer market. So we might see Pepe either joining Leeds United or Sevilla, and that is what we have for Leeds. Now, we are also going to speak about Everton. Everton are pushing to sign Morgan Gibbs-White, and the bid was turned down. Lampard is a big fan, and they are also trying to get Cornet of Burnley. Remember, Burnley got relegated, and Lampard thinks that Cornet might be a pretty good addition to Everton team. Now, 21 million is not a bad thing. If it could be triggered, then Everton would be getting a pretty good quality player. So, for instance, we do know that Richarlison left for Tottenham. So, Everton are looking for a replacement, and Cornet wouldn't be as that bad in terms of the price which has been quoted here, 21 million pounds. So, I think Everton are trying their pretty best to get some of their own additions. They were linked to Zinchenko, but I think Arsenal have stolen a march over here. They're going ahead of Everton and trying to get Zinchenko, so Everton will lose on that side. In regards to other news, we're going to be also speaking about Manchester United. I do know that Manchester United is pretty important in terms of what they're doing. What we're going to speak about Manchester United is that they're trying to get Lisandro Martinez, and we do know that in terms of Lisandro Martinez is going to cost upwards till 55 million euros, and Ajax will receive lots of money for that move. They're going to be spending that money, and one of the players that they're trying to sign is Francisco Conceição from Porto on a permanent deal. 5 million euros is the release clause which has been triggered. So Ajax themselves are trying to get their own recruitment done because they do know that so many players have left them. Gravenberch, Mazraoui, you've got Haller as well, and Lisandro Martinez, if he leaves, then you have also got the likes of Anthony, who's on the radar of Manchester United. So Ajax themselves are working pretty hard to get their own additions. They got Wijnaldum, they got Bergwijn from Tottenham, so they are making their own splashes as well. Now, coming back to Manchester United, they've signed Eriksen. They are trying to get Lisandro Martinez. So far, Frankie Dion, the same thing, same issue. The thing isn't resorted between the player and Barcelona. Once that is resolved, then only Manchester United will be able to get this over the line. We do know that the manager is still speaking to the player. The player is also speaking to the manager, but he doesn't want this to come out in the public because due to the fact he wants that deferred payment to be resolved with Barcelona first, which is in the valuation of 17 million euros to be paid in whole, and Frankie de Jong wants Barcelona to fulfill their promise that they said that they were going to pay Frankie de Jong regardless of whatever the circumstances would be, and that is what the whole wait is for. Let's see what Barcelona do decide. Will they be able to come with some sort of compromise with Frankie de Jong in that regard? Now with Manchester United regarding Cristiano Ronaldo has been linked with a move somewhere else. specifically now when Lewandowski leaves for Barcelona. Now there are going to be strong rumors linking Cristiano Ronaldo to Bayern Munich. We will see if Bayern Munich would be really willing to go after Cristiano Ronaldo. So far, the feeling is that Bayern Munich have others positions to look at. They want to see those positions first and then see if they can make a move for Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, as far as Chelsea, they have just said no because of Thomas Tuchel. In other sense, no other team has come up front. So even if Cristiano Ronaldo stays at Manchester United, he's just going to be staying there for 1 year. We do not know what right now Erik ten Hag is thinking. He has got Anthony Martial, but it wouldn't be a surprise if Manchester United later in the window go for a striker. We still have to see what goes on that front. And so far, this is what the update we have for Manchester United. Now, regarding Newcastle United, we did give an update yesterday. It was about that Newcastle United are being priced away from their specific targets. We do know about Ekitike. We also know about Moussa Diaby, who was linked with the move to Newcastle United from Leverkusen. Now, Leverkusen have raised the money. They said that they want more money. That is why Newcastle United are walking away from that move. We do know that Newcastle United inquired about Alexander Isak from Real Sociedad, and same thing happened. They raised the valuation. Newcastle United said no, we don't want to go through that because every club we go to is the same thing happening over again and again, and they don't want to set an example that if Newcastle United is interested in a player, you just raise the valuation of the player just for no reason. And that is why Newcastle United will look for something else in the transfer market. Now, we do know that Newcastle United need to get some additions because Eddie Howe wants to get at least 3 to 4 more players. So let's see how do we see that. They've already got Botman, so we will see how they will go further into the transfer market. Now, guys, please, if you can subscribe to the channel, press that like button as well. It's really important for us to grow this platform on YouTube. If you have your friends who are into football, please let them know about this channel, and it will be really helpful to grow this channel on YouTube platform. Now, other than this, we have so far no news regarding other clubs. I'm just waiting for more transfer updates. Once